Hello student of class 10th. Once again we are here with a new video, and in this video we are going to learn how to draw the ray diagram for image at different position of the object in the case of convex and concave lens. Before that we are going to revise the rules for drawing the ray diagram. It was discussed in the previous video also, but here again we are going to revise this rules for drawing the ray diagram. The rule number 1, if you see the light ray which is coming parallel to principal axis, after falling on the lens it passes through focus. This is rule number 1. If the light ray is parallel to principal axis, after refraction it will always pass through the focus. Rule number 2, if you see the light ray which is passing through focus, after falling on the lens it becomes parallel to principal axis. It is just reverse of the rule number 1, so you can take rule number 1 and rule number 2 as opposite to each other. Again I am telling you, if the light ray is parallel to principal axis, is passed through focus, and if the light ray is passing through focus, it will become parallel to principal axis after refraction. Now rule number 3, if the light ray is passing through optical center C, then the light ray will pass undeviated. If you see the light ray which is passing through optical center, there is no deviation, it is passing straight. It is written here also, it is goes straight. So these are 3 rules we have to remember while drawing the ray diagram. Now let us see how the ray diagram can be drawn with the help of these rules. So first, when the object is between F and O, if you see the diagram, the object is between F and O. O is the optical center and F is the focus, and object is AB. If you see the object AB is in between F and O. Now the rule number 1, the light ray will be coming from the object and parallel to principal axis. After falling on the lens, it refracted and passed through focus. If you see the light ray is passing through focus. And the rule number 2, the light ray will pass through optical center undeviated. Now if you see the light rays are not meeting anywhere actually, so we have to move it backward, and when the rays is moving backward, see the dotted line which we had used, the light ray are meeting at the point A dash. So A dash and B dash is the image of object A and B. If you compare the image and object with each other, you will find that image is erect, magnified, it is virtual. Virtual why I am saying, because the light rays are not actually meet, they are appear to meet. And the fourth is, it is behind the object, or we can say the left side. So this is the property of image when the object is between O and F. Now we see the second case, when the object is between F and 2F. If you see the object AB, it is between F and 2F. Apply the rule number 1, the light ray will pass from the lens, and the light ray is parallel to principal axis. It will pass through focus. The second rule, the light ray is passing through optical center and they are meeting at a point where the light rays are meet, there is the position of image. So the image is A dash B dash. It is real image, inverted with respect to object, and beyond 2F. The position of image is beyond 2F. The character of image is inverted, real, and magnified. If you see the size of image, it is bigger than the size of object. So this is a second ray diagram. Now we are coming on the, so you see this is a chart. With the help of this you can draw the ray diagram with the help of your NCERT book also. You see in their NCERT and draw by your own. I had just given you the hint how to draw the diagram. I have shown you the 2 cases also. The third case is when the object is at 2F, image will be at 2F, image of same size as object, and it is real and inverted. If it is beyond 2F, the image will be between F and 2F. It is diminished, a smaller image, and real and inverted. And if the object is at infinity, the image will be at focus, it is highly diminished but real and inverted. So you see the sixth position of object when the object is between f and o, at when the object is at f, when the object is between f and 2f, when the object is at 2f, when it is beyond 2f, and it is when it infinity. So these are 6 cases of the position of object, and you have to draw the ray diagram with the help of your NCERT book. You see from there and apply the rule how to draw the ray diagram. Next, in the case of concave lens, if you see the position of object, there are two position of object. One is at infinity. When the object is at infinity, if you see the first diagram, the light rays are coming parallel and they diverge from the lens, and if you make the lens, if you make the light ray move backward, you will get a point called f. This is virtual focus. So we can say that when the object is at infinite, the position of image is at focus, the size of image is highly diminished, and the nature of image is virtual and erect. If you see the second figure, in this case the object is between infinity and optical center O of the lens anywhere, means anywhere object will be between infinity and optical center. There will be no f to f, you can put object anywhere, and when you put the object anywhere, you will get the image between focus and optical center, and the image is diminished, virtual and erect. So there are only two conditions in the case of concave lens to draw the image when the object is at infinity, and the second is when the object is between infinity and optical center. Now, as we had learned sign convention about mirror, so here the sign convention for lenses. The sign convention for lenses are same as those for the spherical mirror, except all the distances are measured from optical center. In the case of mirror, we are measuring the distance from the pole, and here in the case of lens, we are measuring the distance from optical center. The distance to the right of the origin, it is taken as positive, and to the left of the origin, it is taken as negative. The distance above the principal axis is taken positive, and the distance below the principal axis is taken as negative. So these are the rules, and it is same as we had learned in the case of mirror. As we had learned the mirror formula, similarly here it is the lens formula also. Lens formula and mirror formula, there is a one difference. In the case of mirror formula, we had find the relationship between V, U and F, and here also we are going to find the relationship between V, U and F. In the case of mirror, the mirror formula is 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F, and here we are seeing the lens formula is 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. If you compare the formula, mirror and lens formula, so you will find only one difference is there. Here it is minus, and in the case of mirror it is plus, means 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F is the mirror formula, and 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F is lens formula. How to find the magnification? Magnification is, the symbol of magnification is small m, and it is the ratio of height of image to height of object, and height of image here is h dash and height of object is h. Also the magnification in the term of image distance and object distance. So we can write m is equal to h dash upon h, that is the size, and m is equal to v upon u, it is the distance of image and object. So these are the two formula to find the relationship between u, v and f, and also to find the magnification. So the numerical is asked in the board also, and these two formulas are very important in the case of lenses, and two formula we had learned in the case of mirror also, but there is some difference you find, and you remember that how to apply the both formula when it is required. Now what is the power of lens? The power of lens is the reciprocal of its focal length, means if the focal length is small, the power is more. And we can also say the bending ability of lens. The bending ability of light ray of the lens is called power of the lens. How much lens bend the light rays? and where the light rays are bending, where the light rays are meeting at the principal axis, that is called focus. So if the more bending is there, so less focal length is there, and if the focal length is less, so we can say that lens is more powerful. So that's why it is called the reciprocal of focal length. So we can say the power is reciprocal of focal length. Smaller the focal length, more is the power, and larger the focal length, smaller is the power. Unit of power is called diopter, and its symbol is D, capital D. And very important, the unit of power of lens is diopter only when the focal length is taken in meter, and generally the focal length of lens is given in centimeter, so you have to first convert it into meter, then you will get the power in diopter. So this is very important. In the book it is written P is equal to 100 by F, so directly you can convert it into diopter. Otherwise you can write P is equal to 1 upon F upon 100, means if you divide F, it is in centimeter, by 100 it will convert into meter, or we can say P is equal to 100 by F, the both are same thing. So I am telling this thing only, that whenever you are solving the numerical to find the power, we have to first see that if the focal length is given in meter, then there is no problem. If the focal length is given in centimeter, the first we have to convert into meter by dividing it by 100, and then the power of the lens will be in diopter. Suppose if the focal length of lens is 25 centimeter, so how much will be the power of the lens? So we can write P is equal to 1 upon 25 by 100, or we can write P is equal to 100 by 25, or we can say that P is equal to 4 diopter. And one thing more, the power of the lens may be positive or negative depending on the focal length of the lens. So in the case of convex lens, the focal length of convex lens is positive and the focal length of concave lens is negative. So the power of the convex lens is positive and power of concave lens is negative. These are the important point about the power. And one thing more also important, thicker the lens, more the power, and thinner the lens, less the power. If you see the lens, if it is thicker, it is thick, so it means it is more powerful, and if it is thin, it is less power. So these are the important point you have to remember while solving the numerical and while giving the answer of any of the question in the objective also. So revise these topic from your NCERT and from your reference if you have any, and if you have any problem you can call me on my number. Till then, thank you, have a nice day.